At 5:30. This is a special meeting dated April 23rd at 5:30 p.m. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, please go ahead.
Okay.
The rest is accurate.
Okay. So I thank everybody for the last minute adjustment. Again, the email said it was because of Jeff, was actually because of me. I have a meeting that I got called to tomorrow afternoon, so I could not attend tomorrow. So I thank everybody for making the adjustment for today. Our agenda for today, we will go through the budget update 24-25. We've got some new information to share on that. We'll go through the CABE delegate discussion and appointment, someone from the board, and then we'll head into executive session. We'll have some discussions in executive sessions on two topics, security, and then performance of a board member, and then we'll move to adjournment. The intent today is try to get out of here within an hour by 6:30. For any of you who plan to attend the town meeting and the budget meeting, that's at 7 p.m. down at the senior center at Town Hall. So not sure if anybody's planning to attend, but we'll make sure we're out of here to be able to attend down there if you'd like to. I will pass it off to Jeff for the budget update.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, special welcome to Eric Parati, sitting on his first board meeting with the New Hartford Board of Education. So welcome aboard. On behalf of all of the Board of Education members and the town of New Hartford, we are appreciative of your service, sir. So thank you so much. All right, moving on to our 24-25 budget update. So we have been in discussion with the Board of Finance. First and foremost, a great amount of thanks goes to our board chair, Tim Kleps, for sending a letter over to the Board of Finance and attending a meeting with the Board of Finance. There have been further discussions, and after some more discussions and a motion just recently, I believe last week, the Board of Finance has elected to provide the excess cost grant to the Board of Education where it belongs. So our new budget number, the request for increase is $416,480.27, which has us at 4.42%, down from the 5.8%. So very appreciative again of our board chair, Tim, also the Board of Finance, and my Pupil Services Director, Mike Lynch, for continuously working to provide accurate information to the Board of Finance and have them make a great decision to help us offset our costs with the excess cost grant. So I want to update the board on that. Those numbers will be reflected in the town meeting this evening as well.
So just if I could on that, Jeff, this move is what we've been talking about. We talked about several meetings ago with this $130,000 and where it was going to reside. Went back and forth. Again, I think there was a lot of disappointment from this board when we came back and said they voted in motion to keep it within the town budget. Jeff and myself have had several conversations with the chair of the Board of Finance about where it should reside. Again, the letter did allow them to be able to see and allow the other members to be able to see, again, what the statute said. The Board of Finance chair also spoke to our town auditors, was able to get the information from our town auditors, who said that the grant should reside here with the Board of Ed. So it's a really, I'll call it a great gesture that the Board of Finance brought this back to the table, brought it back to the floor, motioned and approved to put it back in our budget. So again, if you see any Board of Finance members, we do owe them our appreciation for moving this over to be able to reflect it where it should be reflected.
I noticed in the notes. Oh,
Is the green button on? Green light? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, there we go. It was light. I noticed in the Board of Finance notes that there was extra reporting or stuff that they're going to be looking for. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, the way that the grant works is it works on a projection. So Jeff has done a projection based on the state calculation of what we're going to get based on our outplacement cost for special ed students. That changes throughout the year. Also, from the state level, the reimbursement rate adjusts and change throughout the year. So the Board of Finance has asked us to be transparent with this. This is the first time we've done it. It's a move from where it's been and how it's been done in town for a long time. To be able to make sure we report, again, how much cost, the cost that we're spending so that we're tracking it appropriately. And one of the other things is in the past years, we've never gone back to the state. So if we go over the amount that we projected, we've never actually gone back to them. We're going to do a better job of making sure that we budget and allocate that and that we're tracking this for both outplacement and this includes the transportation for special ed for these students.
Spot on. Yep, accurate. So our plan would be to have it reflected in our expenditure report as a line item, and then as it's drawn down, then to reflect it that way, but also to have those reports provided to the Board of Finance so that they know exactly when we're requesting the monies. Every year in the month of, I believe, November, we submit our report and our request for the excess cost grant, and then those monies are sent 75% of that total amount in the months of in March, and then again in May. So there's two different amounts for that's sent over. And again, remember, it's not a full 100% reimbursement of the excess cost because it's at a calculation of 4.5 times the per pupil cost. And that's at the difference of what the outplacement costs. Let's say outplacement costs, just for finite numbers, $100,000. The percentage of reimbursement is not that $100,000 completely. What they do is they have us go through a calculation of the per pupil expense, which is on average about $20,000 for a student in the state of Connecticut, times 4.5 times, and then they get that small difference. So it may be $15,000 is that difference that we would get back. And then that's at a large purport. They have a large appropriated amount of money at the state for excess costs for outplacements. But you could see if we follow the news or follow any of the information from the governor's office, they cut that. And then those monies now, we have a smaller pool of money to reimburse all of the 169 school districts. So it's something that fluctuates, but we will be on top of it and sharing those out here and also at the Board of Finance. So thanks for the question, Deirdre, just so to make sure that we're transparently sharing with the board.
So Tom, just quickly, what Jeff just reported was the week before last, I received a call when I was on vacation from Carrie, the Board of Finance Chair, the $130,000 excess cost grant that they motioned to keep with the town. They re-motioned 2 Tuesdays ago to put it back in the Board of Ed budget. So now it resides in the Board of Ed budget where it belongs per statute, which is a great thing. That revises our budget to an increase of $416,480.27, or a 4.42 increase versus the 5.8 that was reflected at the budget hearing. All right, so these numbers will be reported tonight at the budget meeting. So that's a great thing.
Nice job. Yeah, excellent.
Any other questions on that? All right, moving on to item number 3 on our agenda, CABE delegate discussion and appointment.
So just want to give a quick update on this. We have been members of CABE since, I don't know, I look back about 15, 20 years at least. We've been members. New Hartford Board of Ed has been a member of the Connecticut Association of the Board of Education. One piece that I would like to encourage the Board of Education to get involved in is the legislative process. CABE advocates on behalf of all the boards of education at the legislative level at the state of Connecticut and with the Department of Education. So with that, I would like the Board of Education to consider nominating an individual to be our representation for the delegation. The delegate typically takes place in the month of November. So that means we would go down for a 2 or 3 day workshop. And then there are legislative topics that they discuss and that New Hartford board has the opportunity to vote on and share their sentiments on. Prior to that, we have not been doing that. I would like us to get involved. That is my recommendation to the Board of Education to nominate an individual this evening, second it, discuss it as far as we need to, and then have an official person appointed from the Board of Education, maybe even an alternate if we'd like, but to have someone appointed officially so that we could attend and provide our feel and our stance on legislative matters in the state of Connecticut and for us here in the New Hartford board.
So at first, look to the board. Is there any volunteers to be the primary delegate? Deirdre? All right, would anybody like to make a motion to appoint Deirdre as our Board of Ed delegate for the, our Board of Ed CABE delegate?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Frank. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Tim. Any discussion?
Thank you for volunteering.
And hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your hand. That is, you can vote for yourself. That's unanimous. That's unanimous.
Self-serving, but perfect.
I would like to have an alternate. Is there anybody who would like to volunteer as an alternate? Should Deirdre not be able to attend? Tom?
Before I volunteer, I have a question. What, you said 3 days. What are we talking about? What kind of commitment are we talking about?
So this is my first time attending it without a delegate, but when I attended, they have several workshops tailored for Board of Education members from legislative arenas all across the board, from student data privacy to you name it, anything soup to nuts. They also provide a wonderful lunch. They also do a great dinner. The delegate component, there's a voting feature on one of those 3 nights. So if Deirdre was not able to attend, then I would ask that you could attend with me so that we could be there and be representing our Board of Education. That's what it would entail. That is correct, sir. Yeah, it would be a one afternoon/evening. Yep.
For the alternate position then.
Excellent. Do we have a nomination? Do we have an appointment of Tom as the alternate?
I will nominate Tom to be the alternate.
Motion by Frank. Do we have a second? Second by Deirdre. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by raising your hand. That is unanimous. Okay. Our next item on the agenda is to enter executive session. We will enter executive session, just so everybody's aware. There are 2 items in executive session. The first one is physical security. Jeff will be invited in with us, as long as everybody's okay with that, to talk about the physical security. We will ask him to dismiss himself, and then we will move on to the second item in executive session for the topic of a performance of a board member.
5:43.
Are you okay inviting Jeff in? Okay. Motion by Tom. Do we have a second? Second by Frank. All those in favor? All right, we'll enter executive session at 5:43. Yes.